up, guys? I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you, and it is episode 207. We're here. We missed last week. Sorry about that. Fuck you. I was going to have an explanation, but just fuck you. You don't need to, who cares? That's not your problem.
No, it's not. And we're sorry that we didn't do a podcast last week. You know, shit comes up. It's been happening for 3 years. So actually, you know what? I'm not sorry.
Now, my dog was viciously injured by himself. That's why part of the reason why we didn't have one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you dog owners out there, if you know there's a dew claw that's back up there, life stops.
Dude, it did suck.
Did it get infected?
Well, yeah, his paw swelled up pretty bad. It cost me $517 fucking dollars. That's what sucks. When I say it sucks, that's mostly what I mean. That and he went on a hunger strike when he had to wear the stupid helmet thing. Yeah, like my dog has bad allergies, so he itches his face constantly. So imagine if you got an unstoppable itch that you cannot itch.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to throw you in a deep depression, probably. He went into a deep depression for 2 days, didn't drink. He wouldn't look at us and shit. Yeah. Just like, fuck you. I knew what was going on. As soon as I took that helmet off, dude, he was cool all of a sudden. He's back to like, fuck yeah. He ate like 6 bowls of food in a row to make up for it. And now he's done nothing but sleep since. But
it's probably hard to eat with that fucking cone on your head.
He's on the mend. No, they have it set where I had the bowl set where you could just stick his head down. He was on a hunger strike. That's what dogs do.
I think on your days off this week, you should wear the cone and see how hard life is.
Kane wore it for like an hour last night just for fun. I don't know what he was doing exactly, but he seemed to be fine.
Hey, first of all, appreciate Ryan for calling last week and saying, hey, can I be on the podcast?
Yeah, that was cool of him. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I always like when they want to be on the podcast and then they cancel last minute.
Yeah.
That's always a good move. That always that hooks us up.
Yeah, appreciate that,
Makes us real ready for the show, you know.
Yeah.
Now we're sitting here acting like that when we bring people in, we plan different shows. When the truth is we just show up and shoot the shit no matter what's going on.
Yeah, but sometimes we'll do the asshole questions and the weird questions.
Sometimes.
But not with Ryan.
Yeah, but I was going to say, did you have anything built up for Ryan? Because
I was going to talk about my weekend.
Well, yeah, but you were going to talk about your weekend anyways.
Yeah. In fact, I got a lot to talk about.
Let's talk about your weekend.
Should we talk about that first or just knock out the football stuff?
The football stuff? Nah, we don't want to knock out the football stuff first.
Okay. This weekend
We'll get to the football stuff. I think we have an asshole of the week that was sent in from Ron Carter.
Okay.
Football related, and then maybe we'll get to some football stuff there.
This weekend is someone's anniversary.
It is someone's anniversary.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Not mine.
Oh, yeah, but you know whose it is?
Nightgown Boy.
Sissy. So Sissy.
I've got big plans for this one.
Nice.
After all the fucking, ridicule that I suffered the last time because I wasn't quite bull enough. And by the way, those pictures of us where it says Chris and Jason, blah, 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 it's time to change those on the intro.
Oh, okay. You want me to redo the intro?
I want to wear bull horns.
You want bull horns?
Yeah. I want that instead of this picture here.
Yeah.
I want to fucking have my horns on.
You don't have any horns.
I can get horns.
You better get some fucking horns. I can't put horns on.
All right, so anyway, I've got a lot planned.
Fucking horns.
Or anything, just different than this. First thing I'm going to do when I walk in the room, because, I have to walk in the room in character.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I will take my clothes off, and I will hang them on him. I'm going to put my underwear over the top of his fucking head.
Good move. I like that.
I'll hang my pants over his shoulder.
But he needs to see it.
Huh?
He needs to see. He got to see it.
Oh, his eyes will be out the leg holes.
Make it like a yarmulke.
Oh, yeah, I'll just put it on top, whatever. Yeah. But he's going to have my underwear on his
eyes will be in the leg holes.
Yeah.
It'll look
like a superhero
like
mask.
a dirty luchador.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to hang my clothes on him. Including my shoes will be, rested next to him. My underwear will be on his head, and my pants will be over his shoulder.
Good move.
Yeah. There will be spitting involved. I'm going to hawk loogies on the fucker.
There will be spitting.
I'm just going to make up for the letdown.
Mm-hmm.
Letdown from actually other people. I let down other people more than I.
Are you going to come on them?
That I'm not going to do, but I am thinking about doing your thing.
You got to save something for the third.
What I am going to do is your move, because I think that's a good one. Basically,
come on your hand and smack him?
No, I'm going to just, when she's all lathered up, I'm just going to scoop out some contents from the vagina and
there you go.
Put it on his head.
Or, wait a minute, do you bust in?
With her, yes, I did.
Okay, well, just scoop out the cream pie.
Ooh. Or, that's what I'm thinking. But it's not all going to be coming out. There'll be some quim there.
Oh, yeah, no,
some sweat.
For sure there is.
Couple
I'm just
drops
saying.
Of pee, perhaps. But he's going to get the concoction.
Yeah.
I'm just going to scoop. I'm going to put this whole fucking hand in like this.
Ugh.
Vagina here. I'm going to go. And just fucking Dirty Sanchez him with the goo.
It's like a little slap. Not a...
Make it. And then I'm going to say, you better not get that shit on my underwear, fucker. I mean, I'm going to be brutal. I'm not going to hurt the man.
And you're keeping the alcohol this time, right?
I'm taking it.
And you better get a bigger bottle.
Actually, what I considered doing, just to be a real dick, take the whole cooler.
Yeah.
It was a nice little igloo. Just grab the whole cooler.
This is mine now,
bitch.
Bitch.
Mine now, bitch.
Yeah. Where's your car?
Hey, buy me a new one for next time. I mean, I'm going going at it.
You should shit in his car.
I don't know what he drives.
I ask him.
But I say, give me your keys.
Yes.
No.
And then go down there and pinch a loaf in the driver's seat and leave.
I mean, I'm already Dirty Sanchez.
All right. Like I said, we're saving room.
He's going to have my underwear.
I want you to ramp
it.
Every time this happens, I want it ramped up a little bit. So this is the second one. You're going to do this part.
Yeah.
The third one, we're going to have to really come up with some. By the time, if you hit like the fifth and sixth of this couple, we're going to be thinking of some weird shit that you got to do in order to make this, to keep it interesting. Otherwise, the same shit's going to get boring. It's already.
I'd have to poop on him eventually.
Since that stuff doesn't sexually do anything for you, the embarrassment and stuff. Right now, the only thing that's keeping it interesting is the newness of it. So once that wears off, if you don't keep on pushing the boundaries, it's going to get fucking boring.
Well, the one thing that, obviously, sexually, no, this does nothing. And
as it shouldn't.
As it should not. But
I just don't really get off unless I can smack a guy with my cum
I really want to do.
Yeah.
But if I know that that's what they want, that's what they're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He will get spit on. And, he'll get called a lot of fucking names. I even thought of taking like props.
Mm-hmm.
I have a.
You're like the carrot top of cucks, huh?
I have a dildo with a suction cup on it. I was going to stick it right on his forehead.
I don't think it would stick.
Oh, it would stick. I tried it.
On a forehead?
It stuck on my forehead.
And you didn't take a picture?
I licked it, stuck it on there, and so I'm going to stick it on him.
And then went to Emmett's birthday party.
This one's pink. So he's going to have a pink dildo on his forehead. Mm-hmm. He's going to have my underwear strapped upon his head.
Why do you think pink's the chosen color for dildos? Like when
it was the cheapest one.
I know, but I'm just saying, like in general with dildos, the two colors that you tend to see the most are pink and black, right?
Yeah.
There's not. I wonder why that is. The black one kind of makes sense. I don't understand the pink one. Maybe just because they're appealing to women.
Well, they say pink dick,
Yeah, but it's not really like that pink. It's just pink compared to black guy dick.
Well, maybe it's kind of like those, 1950s red barns. Well, they painted those barns red because red was the cheapest color.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think pink was just the cheapest color? So
maybe
fuck it.
Maybe because all these sex toy places make vaginas and stuff. They got a lot of pink laying around. Mm-hmm. They order a lot of pink to make the pussies and the sex dolls and stuff like that. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe. I don't know. That's complicated. We need to talk to the dildo manufacturers.
When you think pussy, you think pink.
I do think pink pussy, but I don't think pink dick.
No.
You know what I mean? And that the dildos aren't pussies.
But that's what Aisha calls it, pink dick.
Well, because she's used to black dick. So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the contrast makes it very pink.
I think that these factories that make all these sex toys have buttloads of pink. And
I guess a dick is pinker than your regular skin.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's a purple helmet,
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's kind of pinkish purple.
Yeah, all right. I'm thinking too much about dick. What else?
But I'm going to go at it. I really am. I'm going to try really hard.
Yes. Slapping him in the face with that cum.
And let's talk about something real creepy that's going on. And by the way, when this Cuck Fest is over, I will have Brent on here to get his approval.
A full review.
Yeah, full review.
Hey, maybe that's the episode we should get together. We should get Brent and Ryan for Cuck review. Those two together would be, I think, a spicy combo.
You know, the funniest part is that, remember that picture when we first had Brent where he went like this and it was his open asshole with his nuts hanging down?
Yeah.
You know what Ryan would say?
What?
Man, that's a nice asshole.
Oh, he'll compliment his asshole.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's very complimentary.
Man, that thing is so pink.
Yeah, high five.
That's what he would do.
No, they're going to be a weird combo to get together. But that would be a fun show. I don't think we'd get a word in.
We wouldn't get one fucking word in with those two.
I don't mind not getting a word in though. Like
well,
we have to
point them in the directions. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Biden. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
don't do that because you do any kind of politics. Ryan is now dropping out and he's going to try to be mean while he changed the subject because that's what he does to us anytime.
Oh, he
if we talk any kind of politics or anything. All right, well, this is fucking boring. What about fast food? Like that's so we can't talk politics with those two, but we could talk sex for fucking years probably with them and never get to the same subject.
It'll be a cuck fest. It'll be a bullathon.
Bullathon
2024.
All right, this is interesting. I can't wait to hear the follow up story about this.
I'm gonna go in there.
I still am shocked that of all the people in the world, they want you to be part of their anniversary, especially after the underperformance the first time.
But to them it was slightly underperformance.
I just wonder if they've ever got what they wanted from anyone.
They said they did.
Yeah,
they had it once from a guy. But found out he was married and they didn't. These people are professionals. They didn't want to risk it invading their fucking life.
Well, not only that, but I feel
Plus, I'm 100 miles away.
I think the person
I'm safe.
I think the person that nails this first try should be investigated for serial killing or something. You know what I mean? Like it just came so natural to them.
So to prove that I was normal,
almost. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I don't think Brent would agree with me.
I'm going to go to town.
But the gays are different. So,
like, if I catch him, I think my rule is going to be if I catch him looking down, she always throws stuff at him. I'm going to go over and kick the cage.
Ooh, kick the cage is rough.
Not hard.
Yeah.
But I'm going to.
Backhand the cage. Yeah. I'd be scared a wiener would touch me through the sides.
Well, that's why I was going to kick. That's why I said kick. I don't want wiener to touch.
What if your toe gets stuck in there and now your toe?
But I mean, I am looking forward to the. I am looking forward to that.
That's hilarious.
And then I'm going to fucking rub it on his nightgown and stuff like that. Whatever. I mean, listen how fucked up this whole thing is.
You think he's going to be wearing a nightgown again?
I don't know.
Or are you going to request? That was part of the deal. Like, if you get in there and he's not wearing a nightgown, are you going to be disappointed?
What if I send her a message before then and say, I want that bitch in a cheerleader outfit?
That would be good.
A request.
That's a good request.
Put that bitch in Hooters shorts.
No, cheerleader outfit would be good.
Schoolgirl, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's talk about something really fucking weird going on with me. Ever since the episode 2 weeks ago, 2 times
Oh, yeah.
at my house, somebody has put a duck.
Yeah,
the first one was on my doorknob, and the second one was on my car with a little round piece of tape underneath.
Yeah, for you guys that didn't maybe listen to the episode, we pretty much rag people, the Jeep dorks out there that put ducks on each other's Jeeps because they're fucking losers. That's mostly why they do it, but maybe they got other reasons too. But anyhow, after we made that episode and talked shit about him, Chris is now being stalked by
very
a duck
few
person.
people that would listen to this
know where they live.
know where I live.
Yeah, that's scary.
The first one was on the doorknob. Literally, it's a little green duck. I sent a picture. And the second one that was on my car, was on my windshield. It was a pirate duck.
Who's your suspects?
This whole time, I thought it was Matt.
Yeah.
I thought it was Matt.
I mean, that would be a good one. I don't think it is Matt. I don't know if
I thought it was my son originally.
Yeah, you told me
my
that.
My oldest.
And it's not him.
And he laughed and said, no, it's definitely not me.
He could be lying.
And I pushed him.
All right. And your other son lives too far away.
Yeah.
So it's not him.
So my guess was Matt. Because like Steve, my buddy Steve, whose wife has all the ducks.
Yeah, it could be him.
He doesn't know where I live.
Oh, okay. That throws it off.
I haven't seen him in a few years. He does not know where I
live. Can I look your name up and it's going to give you your address? Because you look my name up, you're going to find my address.
I thought that.
But I'm a house owner and you're not. So it might give you the address of that other house.
I think it gives me old addresses.
That's what I mean. It might give you your ex-wife's house. If your name's still on that. So either way.
I mean, I hate the fact that you can Google people.
I don't mind. Come at me, bro.
Like here, it's giving my old address.
I want to show up and beat that person up then and just, call him Chris at the end just so he gets thrown off. I'm not even Chris.
Yeah, it's weird that you can actually get no, it gives my old address.
All right, this is riveting.
But what I'm saying is
you're hard to find. So it is someone that knows you. My suspect was Nana's a suspect.
Nope, Nana's never been to my house. Does Nana listen to the podcast?
Nana did occasionally listen to the podcast because she, wrote me one time.
Nana has a Jeep.
Oh, Nana got a Jeep.
Nana drives a Jeep.
Oh, that puts her as a pretty prime suspect. And I'm sure she could find out which house of yours was. Either by asking someone that may know or something of that nature. She's definitely a prime suspect. I could see
I could see her with ducks.
I could see old BP or what's his name? Yeah, BP Bob. Big Penis Bob?
Yeah, Big Penis Bob.
I could see him tapping her off, telling her, hey, duck thing, he's in your neighborhood. Let's find out where he's, shit like that.
Yeah, and you know what? I just realized she has a Jeep.
Yeah, and she's old and has nothing to do.
And she knows what my car looks like?
She definitely knows what your car looks like, so she could probably figure it out from there. I don't know. I'm just saying she's a suspect.
I think now she would probably be my prime suspect.
Ooh, prime suspect, Nana.
She lives a block away.
Mm-hmm.
Drives a Jeep.
Does Danny know where you live?
Who?
Danny.
No.
Okay. Because I could see him being part of this conspiracy. He is.
I can too.
At least he used to be a regular listener. I don't know. Maybe,
I can
maybe
see
his
him
listening privileges got taken away for a while. But hey, me and your lady are friends again. You can listen.
And the thing about it is, when me and Matt went over to Nana's house to get hammered that one night, she asked her, where do you live? I said, first left, first building. So yeah, she knows what my car looks like. My guess is Nana now.
But does Nana know your door?
No.
But can you go up to the mailbox and it says T's?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you can find people's doors pretty easy.
It says my name on the mailbox.
Yeah, there you go. Well, then your Nana's a prime suspect.
Yeah, you know what? And up until this point, I never thought about it.
Did it happen both times at your apartment complex?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the first one was on my door.
Jeep owner has I don't know if she listens, but she definitely has connections that listen. Access to your house on a regular basis. Ooh, I don't know. I think you're getting stalked by an old woman, dude.
And the last time I had gotten home at 1 a.m. and it was there the next morning. She goes to bars almost every night.
Well, yeah, she's a loser.
Comes home around 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Nana.
Yeah, Nana's all wasted.
Yeah.
One of these days you're going to have a big dent on your car because she's going to accidentally hit it and you'll still drive by a Jeep.
You know what? I never even thought about her, but I'm telling you what, both times it creeped me the fuck out.
As it should. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's full stalker moments.
But now that I remember that she has a Jeep, I'm sure she's the duck type.
Well, now that we figured out this mystery, let's move on mysteries.
Let's do it.
All right. Our next mystery we got that also involves someone that knows T's on at least a personal level. Last week, Chris brought up the email that was written in about a fella who was jerking off and his cat took a couple licks at the wiener and he finished, and he didn't say he liked it, but he said he didn't mind it.
Right.
All right. He definitely said he finished jerking off. It didn't ruin his evening. All right. And it did enough to him where he decided that he was going to write in, but he wasn't just going to write in, guys. He disguised his phone number. He did one of those apps or something where you can use a fake number because Chris can't track it. So he had to know Chris's personal phone number, and he had to be smart enough to use some kind of app where it changed his number so he doesn't get caught. And he said even on there that he didn't want his name part of our fucking show, which, fair enough, if you're talking about cats licking your dick. Now, this person has continued to write Chris throughout the week.
Twice more.
Defending, I guess, his... you just read these...
All right, the second one I got, I got on Sunday, March 3rd, last Sunday. It said, no. I listened to your podcast, and I think you guys have this all wrong. The 3 licks came very quickly, and I didn't realize what was happening until he ran away. You guys seemed to indicate that you thought I enjoyed it. I didn't. All I said was it didn't gross me out. It was just a distraction. But make no mistake, I finished. Had to add that part in.
I know, very confident.
Well, because if it bothered you, I guess the jerk off's over.
Yeah.
So now, I got this last night. Guys, let's add something creepy to the mix. The other day, I jerked off and shot a giant wad all over my stomach. Who uses the word wad anymore? That's a good one.
Oh, might be an older person.
Wad all over my stomach. I cleaned it up with some Kleenex and threw them on the top of my garbage, only to find when I came home later that my cat had dug it out of the trash and pretty much eaten it. Bottom line is, I think my cat just loves cum.
You got a cat comer.
This cat's a male.
Yeah, well, that don't matter. My dogs do that. or they used to. My old pit bull used to, if I cummed on a tissue or something, my cum tissues when I was single, I'd go throw them in the garbage right there, and I'd come home and he had them all out like, and I remember that he also, this was the pit bull I used to have, he also used to always try to get Carmen's tampons if we left them in the, in the bathroom.
Are you supposed to flush those?
I don't think you're supposed to flush tampons, dude.
No?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to fuck up your plumbing. But no, you're not supposed to flush them. I think a lot of people do, and that's why they fuck up their plumbing. But no, you're supposed to dispose of them, and she did, and then we'd come home, and, they'd be scattered throughout the house because the dog was having a field day with some period blood.
And all the red part was eaten.
And animals do like that kind of shit. That don't surprise me. All right. So the cat got his cum rags.
Yeah, and ate it.
And ate his cum rags.
And he was very defensive in the second one. He was basically saying, hey, you guys are accusing me.
Well, he doesn't want to be known as the cat fucker. And I get that. I guess wouldn't be fucking the cat. But, taking sexual advantage of a cat would not be.
The bottom line is you finished. Okay? It didn't creep you out, which it certainly fucking should have.
Most people would be creeped out.
I would.
Yeah. I'd laugh.
I
probably.
definitely would.
I don't know if I'd be creeped out per se, but I don't know if I'd take it as well as he did.
Yeah, he just went, cat ran away, back to the porn.
All right.
So next week, we are going to have our list of suspects.
Yes.
We've got 4 or 5 in mind. And I think that most of them actually have a legitimate shot at being. All of the ones we talked about have my phone number.
Yes, we will have a list of suspects. We will have the reasons why we think they're suspects. And for you out there that want to contribute to the list of suspects, please do so. Like I said, we got 4 or 5 people. Now, what we need of these suspects is they have to know Chris personally and know his phone number.
Or have access to get it. All they got to do is ask other people.
You're right. Or have access to get it. So, obviously, it's someone that personally knows Chris, we would think. Second, they have to have a cat.
Yeah.
You got to have a cat. And you got to be a certain kind of cat owner where you might suspect, you know what I mean? Like have a little bit of creep buried in you somewhere. I think every person we've named so far has a little bit of creep in them somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, one of the guys has a lot of different creep in him.
Yeah, true. A couple of them do. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at this guy and go, he's capable of anything.
Yeah.
Would he eat a human body? He might.
We might.
Would he fuck a dead person? Yeah, he might.
Maybe.
I mean, we've got some creepy people we know.
Maybe.
And they're probably saying that about us.
Probably. Hey, do you know, I just read this today that some like 85-year-old or 80, some old dude died, right? And his girlfriend and some other lady he lived with propped him up, put him in the seat, and took him to the bank. Got some money out with the dead guy sitting there. And then after they got the money out of his account, just dropped him off at the hospital and ran. And eventually the hospital police found out. They're like, wait a minute, let's go check this guy's house. And it was the people's. I don't know. They're like,
they drove through the bank?
Yeah, they got the money out. Apparently, this was a thing for a while where this guy would go with them. And I don't know if he was sick or whatever, where the lady in the passenger seat would do all the talking. And as long as he was there, they would let him get the money out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was dead now. And I guess they thought they needed to make sure they got the rest of it. So they just propped him up and took him fucking through the drive-thru.
And
got some money
inventive. I mean... Like the people, like there's been a lot of reports of people whose parents or spouses have died, and they don't notify people for a while. They keep getting their Social Security checks or their retirement checks and cashing those. And then, oh, by the way, he died.
Yeah.
Well, we've examined him. He died a year ago. You know what I mean?
Why is he mummified?
I didn't know.
Why is he mummified? What's going on here?
There's all kinds of scams to get people's money.
Yeah, that one was new to me. Actually, fucking Weekend at Bernie, I'm bringing him to the fucking... I wonder if the person behind him was like lifting his arm up, the wave. He's right here. Hey, Mr. Johnson, wave to let us know it's all right.
He's sleeping.
He's very tired. Meanwhile, he has that dead face. Fucking dumb dead face.
Yeah, would the teeth go back?
Yeah, the teeth go... Untie.
Yeah, so don't steal your dead boyfriend's money.
Don't steal your dead boyfriend and then steal his money.
And then drop him off at a fucking hospital?
Yeah, have a little... That's what I thought too. Couldn't you just took him back home and then called the people?
The
and then they probably wouldn't have been as suspicious.
No, he died on the way back from
usually,
the bank.
Usually when you die, your family doesn't just throw you out of the hospital and leave.
We ran some errands. We went to the bank. We went to the store. He died in the car on the way back. Well, he was unresponsive.
Yeah, so we just dropped him off.
At the hospital. We just pushed him out.
That's what they did too. Like, could you imagine, like a family member, and you're just leaving him at the hospital? You take it from here, Bob. Yeah,
I wonder how much money they got. Did they say?
It didn't say. I just read it today as I was on the shitter.
Jimmy, how come you want $20,000? What are you doing? And then you have somebody there holding his hand, going like this.
I wish I would have saved it, but I didn't. Oh, Derrick Henry to the Ravens.
Yeah, I knew that. That was coming.
4-year deal. 4 years. That's a long deal for him.
I didn't think he's got 4 years left.
Yeah, that might be too much.
Might be one of those deals where, hey, I'll play for 2 and you can pay me a little bit.
Oh, the other Watt retired. Oh, well. Anyhow.
JJ Watt retired.
Yeah. So we want you guys to help us out. No, not JJ. JJ retired like 2 years ago. Though.
TJ.
No, not TJ.
Oh, no, his brother.
Yeah,
the third
the
brother.
fullback. The one that no one cares
never
about.
plays, yeah.
Well, he plays. He's a fullback, though.
Nobody knows, yeah.
No one gives a fuck about a fullback.
Use check.
Use check. So what we need is you guys to send us in. Who do you think the suspect is? We're going to go through them next week. We're going to go down the lineup, and we're going to nail this motherfucker as the penis.
We're going to get them to admit it. All right, it was me.
Yeah, that's what I want in the end. I want them to fully admit.
Like I said, I think we got 4 or 5 names on the list, and we'll rack our brains a little bit more. But don't be surprised if, in conversation this week, if we run into you, hey, how was your day? What'd you do today? You own a cat? That stuff like that. We're going to try to find out who owns fucking cats.
Exactly, and we're coming after you, creep.
All we got to do, hey, these cat people are crazy. No, not me, because it's not my cat.
Mm-hmm.
But Facebook will have pictures. Of
true.
their pets. They always put pictures.
No,
of
we're
their
going to get pictures.
pets.
I'm going to try to get pictures of their pets as part of my profiles.
Yeah, and,
you know what I mean?
And the gay cat.
Because I want to judge this cat too. I want to look at that. Oh, that looks like a cum eating cat. Not that one. That cat wouldn't lick cum. That's a nice cat.
I had a dog that used to eat the baby's diapers out of the can.
Dogs are gross, dude. All animals are gross.
They ate baby poop.
Yeah. And enjoyed it.
And you know what?
I heard cat shit's delicious for dogs. That's why cats always I'm serious. Like, that's why dogs always eat cat shit. Like, apparently it tastes good. Now, I haven't had it. I can't vouch for this.
It doesn't smell good.
No, it don't smell great, but it is true. If you've ever had a dog and a cat at the same time, you got to make sure that dog stays out of the cat boxes. They will eat that shit.
Well, I don't have a dog.
And then I'll give them tongue kisses and shit. My puppy. All right, we got a couple heroes this week. We're a lot of heroism going on.
Yeah.
Some not as fun as others.
I need a hero. Holding out for a hero. Double morning light. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be larger than life. I need a hero.
I need a hero. All right, so our heroes this week. Do you want to go first, or we want to get our?
I've got 2 heroes.
You got 2 heroes.
I've got a legitimate one and a funny one.
Okay, I got a legitimate one and a funny one too.
Right.
We're 4 heroes this week. There's a lot of heroism.
People are doing good things.
All right, we'll save the sad one for last.
All right, my first hero is Ryan. Not that Ryan, an Uber passenger that I picked up yesterday.
All right.
Now, this is serious.
Shout out Ryan from
Real
Uber.
hero here.
Okay.
I pick him up. I'm driving him back to his hotel. I'm like, hey, so, you're in a hotel. Where are you from? He said, I live in just south of Louisville or north of Louisville. And I was like, what are you doing here? He goes, I've been on the stem cell donation list for 4 years, and they found me a donor. So he came here on his own dime, They give him this medicine that hurts his belly and makes him shit and get headaches and shit for a week. And then he donated the stem cells to this 25-year-old cancer patient. That's a fucking hero to me.
Nice guy.
That's a nice guy.
No, that's a super cool guy.
He get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
He drove down here on his own, paid for his own hotel, took this medicine that fucked him up. And, the reason that our podcast doesn't talk about stuff like this, but, that's a big fucking deal.
Dude.
You save a fucking dude's life for nothing, and it cost you several $100s and 3 days worth of headaches and diarrhea. Mm-hmm. Fucking hero to me.
That's a hero.
Redhead Ryan.
That would be.
You want to talk about a ginger? His hair was like the color of your fucking jersey.
He, John Cena would approve of a hero like that.
No doubt.
John Cena approves all heroes.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
That's my serious hero.
All right. And?
My funny hero is Robert De Niro.
For banging all the black bros?
No. He's married to a black woman.
Oh, he's always banged the black broad.
No, the other day, after the Oscars were over, for some strange reason, Donald Trump decided to get on Twitter and blast a bunch of the stars that had won.
He's the man.
Okay. When you're in the
See,
middle
this is
of
the Donald Trump I like. All right,
Yeah.
There's two Donald Trumps to me. There's this one and then the president.
Yeah, well, he went
president.
after fucking De Niro.
Yeah, I like this.
And he
Donald.
said, yeah, how about that Robert De Niro, that mushy old has-been who's not even a good actor anymore. He used to be a lot better, blah, blah. And he just rips on, and they're reading these tweets on Jimmy Kimmel with De Niro sitting there.
mean tweets.
And it wasn't a mean tweet. It was just, hey, let's
just
talk
for
about
that
this.
thing.
And then De Niro with his fucking old Italian ass, he goes, Trump is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking idiotic. And he just called him a fucking dumbass idiot for about 30 fucking seconds. And I said, you know what? That's entertainment. That's a fucking hero to me.
And De Niro probably knew Trump. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because they've both been like famous forever, both New York guys and all that shit. So.
I would think if I'm in the middle of a fucking presidential campaign, I just don't have time to get on there and rip on De Niro.
Well, De Niro strongly goes after him all the time.
Oh, I know.
So I think that's why. That's Trump's thing. You can't make fun of Trump, dude. He's gonna come at you.
Oh, yeah.
He don't just let things slide. That's not his character.
But I mean,
man.
De Niro, he turned fucking. He turned to Goodfellas when those tweets were read.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking face went like this, and the fucking he's a fucking idiot. Turned into a total fucking dago. This guy.
Well, he is.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it came out.
Yeah.
He was sitting there. Yeah,
And that happens to all Dagos when they get real mad.
Oh,
dude.
dude, it was the funniest fucking thing I ever saw.
the best part about Italians.
He's sitting there, and he's a fucking little old man now, and he's sitting there like this, and hey, I'm really happy I was nominated. It's quite an honor. Trump says this about you, that motherfucker, and he fucking doing this and fucking ripping on him. Funniest fucking thing.
Do you
I've
know
seen in a
any
long time.
Italians personally that don't do that when they get angry?
No, they talk with their hands a lot.
All of them do, dude. It doesn't matter where
He's a
they're
fucking
from. Like all of
idiot.
a sudden, they all turn angry to Nero.
The
It's
Nero
awesome.
face that everybody does when they do impressions of him, that fucking thing,
Yeah.
that popped right out.
Oh yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. He's so fucking stupid. And I was rolling.
You see our boy Burrow with Trump this weekend?
No.
Yeah, well, Trump goes to not most of the UFCs, but he goes to a lot of the big UFCs that are in America. And then obviously all the athletes go there, so they all get their picture with him and stuff. And
Yeah.
Burrow was one of them this time. It was him and the Bosa. Well,
Nick?
Yeah. Nick Bosa, him, and who the fuck else? Our defensive end. I'm fucking drawing a blank
Hubbard?
right now. Yeah, Hubbard. Yeah, they're all down there taking pictures with the Trump man.
Were they like smiling and doing
Yeah,
all
they're
that
all
stuff?
smiling and
Is
shit.
Burrow a Trumper?
I don't think so, but I mean, if you could get your picture with Trump right now, would you still
And
smile
I'll
and go?
fucking-
I'd
have my arm around
I'd
him.
cheese it up, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I would too.
I don't care what fucking president it was. If
Yeah.
I had the chance, and he's just a funny one. I mean, that's just a
Yeah.
funny thing. It's not funny to get your picture with Obama. I'd be like, okay, cool, I met the president or whatever, but like whatever. But Trump, this fucking guy.
I mean, but it's kind of like
He's
it's
a
kind of like
character.
going on Facebook and then seeing Matt Hudson with his arm around Bin Laden.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. See, Bin Laden don't have that personality. Trump just has that personality. It's
But he's pretty famous.
Yeah,
or
but
he was
it's
before he got
literally
killed.
it's literally like getting your picture with like Foghorn Leghorn or something. It just doesn't even seem real. This person, they're fucking like out there. They don't make any sense.
I would definitely do it if Trump walked by and he said, "Hey, anybody want a picture?" I'd be all over it.
Oh yeah, of course,
Fucking
of
all
course,
over
and that's what they all say too. Because a lot of these athletes maybe don't. I know the Bussin' with the Boys guys, the podcast. They're not political, and they don't talk politics
Yeah.
ever. And they caught a lot of shit because a couple UFC back, they're all getting their picture. And they're all like this. And they said the same thing. Like, dude, it's Donald Trump. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
president. Like, you're of course, if you
And
could
it's
get your
the
picture
next
with him.
president. Yeah, I would definitely do it.
And
I'd have a fucking big eating grin.
And apparently he just says the same thing over and over. Yeah, you look so good. You're
Yeah.
awesome. Dead
These were good fights.
These were good. He's a big fan, though.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see him in the background, like getting into it and shit. It's kind of funny.
Front row, of course.
Yeah, and that's what I'd do if I was the ex-president, too. I have to give him a little bit of credit there. Like, using that privilege for something cool like that, going and watch all the... he sits right next to Dana White.
Oh, does he really?
They're buddies, but yeah, that's right next to him. Trump used to do an MMA organization back in the day.
Did he really?
He was part owner of Affliction, I believe, when they tried
Oh, yeah.
not the brand, but the brand itself, the guy that owned that tried to make an MMA fighting brand, and Trump was one of the main backers of
Affliction
that.
was big for a while.
They only had like 2 events, but I think they were on national television, and they were big, for their little time.
badass Billy Badass. He always wore Affliction.
Oh yeah, Affliction's still big in that dork community. They're like
too.
douchebag.
But you know what?
Same kind of white guys that still have the little like emblems and stuff on their pants, the little jewels and such. Still wear the Affliction and all that stuff.
Hey, Affliction, you a fighter?
You fighter? You must be a badass.
Yeah, a lot of fights, a lot of cage fights. Who's your hero?
All right, my hero first. Let's get to my my funny hero. This fella. Let me sign into my phone. God damn it! It didn't save it. Let me go back. Sorry, guys.
Doom, 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 doom.
All right. The headline. Police, man charged after allegedly pulling a knife on two people, demanding they hug. This fella, this fucking guy, apparently these two people are just standing outside a bar, and this fucking guy comes up to him all crazy with a knife, tells them if they don't hug each other immediately, he's going to kill them. And they hugged each other, and then he ran off. And then eventually they found him. All he said he was doing was trying to bring happiness to the world when the police caught him. That's a hero, man. He's out there making relationships.
Yeah, but these were already buddies that were already out there.
Still.
You know what you do? You go down to a fucking really bad inner city area, you grab a cop at knife point, you walk him over to some drug dealer and say, hug.
His name was Hector Delcic Garcia. I'm not going to guess his race, but you can go ahead and do it. He had a knife. That's another dead giveaway.
Simone.
But good for you, man. Now he's facing 3 counts of aggravated menacing. How was that menacing? All he wanted was a hug.
Under threat of death if you don't give him one.
He was kidding. Come on, dude. You think he was actually going to stab him? That'd be
Why
even
would
better.
You pull the knife out,
that would
dude?
be even better. To me, that's extra heroism.
If he stabbed one?
If they were like, fuck that, I'm not hugging him. We're like, all right, yeah. Just stab them right in the liver. They're gone. I want happiness.
He'd stab one guy, and then he'd tell the other one, now you go find somebody else to hug, or you're next.
Well, I'm just saying, if you guys are out there and you have some crazy fella come up to you and ask you to hug, or he's going to stab you, just do so. Do so, get it over with, but don't turn him in.
I don't need threat of death to hug.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt.
No, I mean, it
does, I guess, if you don't listen.
I could be a hugger.
Yeah, but you probably weren't going to hug. I mean, let's face it.
You're going out. You demanded it.
Yeah, you going out with your buddy to take a smoke break outside of a bar. You're not going to hug at that point. This guy is demanding a hug right now. Right now. He wants world peace right now. And what do? We arrest him.
Well, like the guy who was on fire and we pointed a gun at him. We do a lot of fucked up things.
Well, that one was fucked up. This one actually made sense. He shouldn't be pulling knives on
hug.
people. But all right. My other hero this week is a man that we're all gonna miss. He passed away this week after his battle with cancer. He lived only to the age of 67. But this dude, 68. But this fella lived a good life, a great person. And he was doing acid in his fucking 60s, dude. That's a hero, all right? Yeah. We just modernly mention him, obviously, because he was a good pal and everything, and we're going to miss him. But you go into hero status. If you're out there, he went to a Dead concert with you and apparently lost a 10 strip while he was at the Dead concert. He's crawling around on the ground looking for it. And I think he's 64 at this point, 65. You know, it wasn't that long ago.
I mean, this is a dude who...
Party on, Wayne. Come on.
Big pot smoker. Loved his weed.
Yeah, of course loved his weed.
And the thing about it was, like, he's smoking all this fucking weed, and I'm drinking like I normally drink, like this, and he's matching me drink for drink. In his 60s, this guy was a party machine. And besides the fact that he was just a fucking cool man's man, cool dude, died this weekend. Fuck, we're going to miss that guy really bad.
Let's also put in perspective, because if someone's just the party machine up into their 60s, you don't really look at him as cool. You just kind of look at him as a loser. But Gary lived a life, too. You know what I mean? He raised children. He kept a job. He did everything he was a responsible person as well as fucking got his party on and was still going hard in the 60s. Yeah. All right, dude, you got to go hard in the paint. I'm 43 right now. I'm never taking acid again, all right? And I swore that shit off in my 30s. He twice that age. He's looking for not just acid, a fucking 10 strip, dude. A 10 strip. That's going to make you see Jesus itself.
He told me it's like a candy bar at the grocery store. He said it was a total impulse buy. I didn't go out there looking for acid. Guy said, "Hey, 10 strip, $20."
Yeah.
Oh,
That is a ridiculous deal. And as you said, man, who knows if it was even going to be real. The part that made me think it might be real is it is the Dead concert. Yeah. And there are still those old school hippies that would rather give a deal out than make money.
Show to show to show. He's probably not ripping people off.
Yeah. Well, I imagine the people that travel from show to show don't rip people off. Right. I think they would get kicked off by the regulars. That group takes pride in their little thing.
This guy was at a T-shirt booth selling T-shirts too, so he travels.
Yeah, no, that asset was probably real.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gary. I hope you got some acid at some other point. You know, you made up for that drop of the tin strip. But the fact that you partied like that's awesome.
We did our fucking cabin trips, and whenever Gary would show up, he always had a fucking pan of freshly made weed brownies. I mean,
he made some good weed brownies too. And I don't say that about many people. A lot of people talk shit about weed brownies and act like they're great. You know, they do good ones, and then I eat them like, you know what I mean? Gary's were legit weed brownies. All right, they took down the lesser people were really taken down by those
twice,
and us pros enjoyed them. So I mean,
But how about me? How much of an asshole am I? The first time it literally almost kills me,
and then you did it again.
I'm in a coma, and then I did it again.
When did you do it again?
At the cabin.
Well, I get that, but I remember the first time you went in the coma and everything. You and Steve both kind of went into the coma.
Yeah, that was Gary's brownies.
Okay, the second time I don't think was
the Dead Show.
Huh?
The Dead Show.
Oh, you did it at the Dead Show.
I ended up falling asleep behind a T-shirt tent. I was sleeping for 3 hours.
I forgot that's why you did it.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense now.
I was fucking passed out. They were at the show, and I'm laying there fucking, my arms don't work. Nothing works.
That's awesome.
And a guy leaned over me and said, "We're going to fuck you in the ass."
That's still one of my favorite stories from a Dead Show.
But that's all because of Gary's brownies.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
So if Gary were alive today and he presented me with
that's a heroic act in itself.
Yeah.
Heroes do that. They give brownies to fucking amateurs like yourself. They're going to pass out behind a tent.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And the thing
that
about
is funny because you did do it twice.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
What was going through your fucking dumb head?
I wish I fucking knew.
And both times you were wasted drunk probably too.
Well, yeah, but the whole point is still, even when I'm wasted drunk, because I do drink a lot, I still know what I'm doing.
No, you are, but you're probably not making the best decisions, and that definitely contributes to the fact that you're going to eat a weed brownie on top of all that alcohol.
Yeah, and then after I ate the weed brownie and Gary lit up his pipe, I went...
And then you hit it a couple times?
I hit it.
Oh, of course.
I'm a fucking moron. I'm a fucking absolute moron.
Yeah.
But yeah, true hero. Good call. Gary, we're going to miss you, buddy. We truly are going to miss you.
Yep. Shout out, bud. I hope you enjoy yourself, the old craps pit in the sky.
Yeah, cool dude, man.
Next,
let's get to Ron because I want to talk football.
All right. All right. I don't have an asshole this week off the top of my head. I mean, I guess I could go on and on about the fucking vet costing $517 just to pull a nail out of a foot. But I like that lady, and she saved my dog's life way back in the day. So I'm not going to talk shit about you. But our boy Ron did write in, and usually when he writes in, it's a funny thing. This one isn't particularly funny, but he makes a point, and I understand what he's saying. This is Ron's asshole of the week.
This is my asshole of the week. Fucking Tiki Barber. This motherfucker. I'm going to send you the message, but he's basically saying, fuck Saquon Barkley, you're dead to me. As if Saquon Barkley isn't a grown-ass man. As if this man doesn't have to look out for his own family. As if this man doesn't have to look out for his own self to make sure he's paid and he's compensated for his lifestyle. And Tiki Barber is on his nuts saying, you're dead to me. He's not stupid like y'all running backs back in the day. The new running backs are realizing that they are undervalued and they want to get new money. So, yeah. Asshole of the week, Tiki Barber.
Well, there you go. His asshole of the week is Tiki Barber.
Lifetime giant, wasn't he?
Lifetime giant, as far as a lifetime can be. I mean,
his whole career was
at the Giants. Yeah. He won the Super Bowl there and everything else. I understand why he would be pretty loyal to the Giants. Ronnie's point is basically, why should a player be loyal to a team that has never really went out of their way? For one thing, the Giants, in retrospect, never even offered him a contract.
Well,
they've now said that. He never was offered.
3 years there, he was hurt badly, 2 of them.
No, that's fine. No, but
paying him all this money to sit on the bench.
I get that.
I wouldn't give him
But what I'm
money
saying,
either.
do you hold it against him for leaving, though? As a fan, would you be mad? That's what he's saying. Tiki Barber literally comes out and said he's dead to me. Like like he should have stayed with the Giants no matter what. For one thing, it was never even an option. They never gave him a contract offer.
Yeah.
Last year, they franchise tagged him, so he got the franchise tag money, and he had an all right year last year. I think he did better last year than he has before. He's never really had that many healthy seasons.
Right.
He's one of the most talented dudes in the league.
Couldn't agree
It's
more.
going to be interesting. He's on the Eagles now. He goes from the number, I think they said the 31st best team as far as blocking, run blocking, to the first best run blocking team.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, 2 of their offensive linemen retired this year. So Kelsey's gone, and I believe, is it Lane Johnson? Their other
he's gone
stud
too.
is gone. So that Eagles offensive line isn't going to be exactly the same. They're still probably going to be decent. But there's no argument that Saquon's going to have the best chance of his career to really put up numbers this year. That's a running team. Swift put up some decent numbers this year, and Swift is nothing special.
He's in Chicago now.
Yes. So I do believe Saquon, that is a good move for the Eagles.
I agree.
I think with their style of play, being a running-based team and everything else, Saquon, if he can stay healthy, is going to be a fucking monster there. But do I blame Saquon for leaving the Giants? Is he dead to me? That shit's stupid.
I agree.
All right, I don't understand loyalty in sports because it only goes one way. And it's just fans that usually have this kind of thing. You would think someone like Tiki Barber, a football player, would know that, like, you know, in the end, you got to go where you got to go. You don't really, you don't get a choice that much. Now, towards the end of your career, you can make a decision to take a little bit less.
I
to go to a
do
hometown
hate
team.
the fuckers that do the 1 and 2 year contracts and just kind of bounce from team to team.
Well,
That's not my thing.
sometimes they don't have a
LeBron.
choice. You know, sometimes they don't have a choice, but sometimes not. Yeah, LeBron does that in NBA. NBA is different, though.
But no, you're right, Ronnie. You're 100% right. The Giants were never going to give him the money that he's probably worth. Now, he does have to stay healthy. I mean, and these injuries were pretty fucking severe, and another one of those, he could be done. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. But that's for any running back. You're always going to be taking that chance.
Yeah.
I mean, they got fucking 260-pound dudes that run 4.5s jumping at their knees.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
agree.
You know, there's at any point your career could be fucking done in the NFL. So you're taking that chance no matter who you are. It does seem like some are more prone to injuries than others. Some have injuries that they never fully recover from. So you got to watch out for running backs like that. I don't think Saquon's in that league right now. I don't think he has injuries that are reoccurring. I think it just happens to be bad luck and other things, you know. And the fact that he didn't have great blocking probably doesn't help him.
Yeah.
You know, and on the Giants, everybody could tune into him. Now you look at the Eagles, they got A.J. Brown, they have Smith on the outside, they have Hurts that can run, and they got Saquon Barkley now, and a decent tight end also.
Yeah.
So that's a dangerous fucking offense right now.
Oh, I agree. I think if he's healthy, he's a stud, and it's a good asshole because that's a
It's just
really
an asshole
fucking
thing in
stupid
general.
comment.
I have that same problem with a lot of.
Think he regretted
sports
saying
people.
it afterwards, or did he?
He walked it back today, but Saquon was having none of that. He kind of responded, "Now you've always kind of been an asshole to me since I was in New York," and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, Lamar Jackson made a similar comment yesterday to Geno Stone, but you could tell that was said in jest. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're buddies, and that was just, you know, you went to the Bengals, you're dead to me kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that was a joke, whereas I think this one wasn't a joke, and apparently there was history. Now, Tiki's probably trying to walk it back because he looks like an asshole, but in the end, I think it was serious. And Tiki Barber's that guy anyways.
You know who's not saying you're dead to me?
Who?
Broncos fans.
Why?
Because they're happy Russell's gone.
Are they? What do they have as a quarterback, though?
Russell wasn't it. I mean,
Russell didn't.
They needed somebody still, and they still need somebody.
I think Russell was a scapegoat in that. I don't think believe me, I don't think Russell
Numbers sucked.
They didn't suck. If you looked at his numbers last year, they were about the same as Mahomes. They were about the same as a lot of people.
Were they?
His numbers were not bad last year. The problem with Russell, it seems to be, is when his back's against the wall, he tends to make a lot of mistakes. Where Mahomes is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So numbers wise, they look the same, but they're not the same kind of thing. His numbers weren't bad.
His touchdowns weren't close.
The previous, they weren't bad, dude. He literally had good numbers last year. The previous year, not so much, but he had good numbers last year. I think Russell Wilson is not the Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson.
Has he been there 3 years?
2 or 3 years, yeah. He's not the Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson.
Obviously.
We know that, all right? He's better than Pickett. It's an improvement in Pittsburgh. I think Tomlin's actually not a bad coach for him. I think he's the kind of coach that's going to demand the respect and keep him in line, which I think Russ needs. I think his head's a little high, and I think Tomlin's the kind of guy that can maybe put that under control a little bit.
Is he the Pittsburgh starter if Pickett's healthy?
100%. They've already pretty much said that. Not only that, but Pittsburgh don't have to pay for him this year.
They had $1.5 million.
Yeah, he gets league minimum because no matter what, they had to pay $39 million to him in Broncos. So he was.
But I mean, that's what I'm telling you. What does it tell you as a player who won the fucking Super Bowl, who was one of the fucking elite quarterbacks for years?
Yeah.
That your team would rather pay $39 million for you to play somewhere else.
Yeah, it don't make sense to me. I still don't understand it. Like I said, I think Sean Payton just wants a full reset and wants his people all there. And I don't think him and Russell got along that well. So I can understand him not wanting to be the quarterback.
Does Payton run that team or does Elway?
I don't know. I mean, as far as that making those kind of decisions, I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, but I imagine he makes a lot of decisions. I mean, he's a big time coach. He wouldn't have joined up if they wouldn't give him a little bit of freedom to do what he wants.
Right.
You know, they spent a lot of money to get him out, and I still don't know if that was the correct decision. But we'll see. Who do they have now? Who's their fucking quarterback now? Have they signed anyone?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they try to trade up. Maybe they get one of those.
I mean, there are still a couple quarterbacks out there needing homes, aren't there?
Yeah, but no one worth a shit. I mean, the only one really worth a shit, I guess, if they tried to trade for Justin Fields, but that's an argument if that's a
Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, see, that's not a starter. So they're fucked right now. I don't see them. I don't know. I don't think Pittsburgh made a bad move. I think it was a good move for Pittsburgh. Denver, I don't understand it, but I understand they're just trying to restart. So whatever.
The consensus favorite on this website says that they will go after Bo Nix.
Okay, well, Bo Nix is not going to be very good his first couple years. So regardless, Denver is looking at a full reset.
100%.
So
I mean, even though he wasn't the starter, fucking Piran's gone already, isn't he?
Yeah, well, Piran was good for Cincinnati's offense, and I don't think he was good for much else. No, Piran went to Kansas City, though, and I think in the end he might be used pretty well there in Kansas City when you give him a full season to get everything under his belt. We'll see there. But
that just means that Edward Solaire goes bye-bye?
He's already bye-bye. He's a free agent. They haven't re-signed him.
There
There was a lot of people saying that.
But what I'm saying is they're not going to sign him.
There was a lot of talk that he was going to the Bengals.
I heard that too.
Well, because he was Joe Burrow and he was their teammate in college. He was the LSU running back when that team was going on.
Yeah.
So I could have seen that. I didn't want that. I understand that maybe he has that connection there, but he never really showed me much in Kansas City where I said I want him on my team.
Well, he did one year.
I said,
he had one really good year before Pacheco.
If you would have asked me at the end of the season who I wanted as our running back this year, I would have said Zach Moss. So I'm actually very happy with the pickup yesterday. I've said that I think to you and Matt. I thought that he is going to be perfect in our offense. I don't know if you know this or not, but he is number 2. He was ranked number 2 running out of the shotgun, which is all the Bengals ever do. He was the second best.
Good pass blocker.
He was the second best in the league at that. Yeah. All right, his expected yards or some shit like that. They're little fancy stats those nerds get into.
Yeah.
Mixon was ranked like number 32 at that. He was ranked at 7, which basically means that this guy can actually avoid getting tackled. Yeah. He has less than half the runs that Mixon has in his career, even though he's only played, I think, one last year. He's never been the featured back, so he don't have all that mileage on him. He's a lot faster. He's a better blocker. And now with Mixon gone, our running back room, the whole room costs less than Mixon did by itself. So you're saving money that can be spent on other people. I think that was a great move.
But they pay $8 million for 2 years, I think, to Zach Moss.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be surprised. I think it was 14.
I think it was 8.
No, I don't remember.
It was 8.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. I think they're still going to draft a rookie, maybe kind of high. I wouldn't be surprised if they grabbed that running back out of Michigan, Blake Corum.
Mm-hmm. Stud.
Yeah, so I could see them doing that because you can get him, I think, probably in the 3rd round this year. And that's, one of the better running backs, and he kind of fits their system if they went for the 1st and 2nd down running back, where Zach Moss is more of a 3rd down running back.
He is.
But we'll see what happens with Chase Brown, too. So I'm excited about the running back room. I was happy to get rid of Mixon. I'm sorry.
I was too.
I don't understand Cincinnati's obsession with him. If you read every comment section and all the Cincinnati news things,
really
they're all
shocked.
whining about it.
I was really shocked that he was the 3rd all-time Bengal rusher.
He stuck around a long time, dude.
Well,
that's all it takes. I mean, he's been consistent.
Dylan's one, right?
Yeah, it's Dylan. Is it Dylan Rudy Johnson?
I think
something
it is.
like that. But either way, yeah, we haven't had a lot of stud running backs. We had Dylan. I mean,
hey, you know what's funny? Steve Beasley still wears a Rudy Johnson jersey.
Well,
and the thing is so old, it's literally faded yellow.
That's pretty much every piece of clothing that Steve Beasley owns. Ripped up, has some paint on it from 1986 that he tried to remodel a bathroom and probably didn't do a good job at. But yeah, that's all of his stuff.
But Mixon found a home for you Mixon lovers out there. He's in Houston.
And that's a good situation, too. He's automatically gone a pretty good team.
It seems like the last 4 years, that's where running backs go to die. They end up with 2 or 3 backs that started somewhere else, and you get no time.
Yeah, but I think the Texans are a different team now. I mean, they before they didn't have that stud quarterback or coach. They're turning it around. He's he's going to be it's a good pickup, I think, for the Texans, regardless of how good Mixon is in his career. We do agree all through Cincinnati that he's a great team person on the side.
He's awesome.
I mean, that guy gets into everything.
Yeah.
He's super passionate about the job, about his team. And now you got a veteran at this point, Mixon, going to Houston, which is a young team, to give them a veteran in the locker room to pump everyone up. So I do think that's a pretty good pickup for Texans. 2 straight years
we saw the passion on the sidelines, but it wasn't there when he ran. I mean, last year he ran hard.
A couple times, yeah.
But the 2 years prior to that, it was just
I'd argue that he's not meant for Cincinnati's style. I mean, I think if you put Mixon...
He hits the hole, he dances around looking for it.
Well, that's wrong...
not anyone's style.
That's always been the wrong way, but he's never had a fullback. Texas does a more traditional running game where, he's going to be, they're going to line up behind the quarterback and they're going to hand it off to him with a fullback, or they're going to hand it off to him, in the eye and shit like that, which I think Mixon, at this point in his career especially, would be damn good at. I think he needed to turn into that power back, and he always kind of refused
27.
to. Yes, but in football age, running back age especially,
it's middle age,
that is more than middle age. That's they're talking about Henry being at the tail end of his career. He's one of the greatest. He's only like 28.
Yeah,
he's not that fucking old.
But he's like Henry's like Earl Campbell, man. He got the ball so many times, just getting pounded.
Well, so is Mixon. Mixon had the ball the second most out of the last couple years. There's only been like 3 or 4 teams that have a true number one all the time running back.
Yeah.
Henry was obviously one of them, and Mixon was one of them. Outside of them, Saquon was kind of like that when he was healthy. But I mean, those kind of guys are getting 400 carries a year or whatever. That fucking wears you down.
McCaffrey.
San Fran really didn't, though. They actually put the other dude in quite a bit. Now, they started towards the end of the year using McCaffrey more exclusively, but especially last year with McCaffrey, they used him less than they did this year too. So now McCaffrey's one of those dudes they've always been afraid is going to get injured anytime.
And
so that's why they can't.
And he does, but he didn't this year. Stayed healthy.
He stayed healthy 2 years in a row.
Ridiculous year. So a lot of moves. I see Danger, Will Robinson down in Atlanta. I think Kirk Cousins is a great fit down there.
Oh, I do too. I think they automatically, well, not automatically,
and
but
then you
I
add
think
Bijan Robinson, and you got some fucking talented wide receivers. I'm sorry, Des Ridder, UC guy, love you, but you weren't it.
You're not a starter.
No.
I mean, I like, Irv Smith Jr. to the Chiefs. You guys can have him. Congratulations. You guys needed another guy that can't catch the ball? What the fuck?
Who starts in Minnesota?
Did they just sign someone? Or no, they have no one right now. Yeah, quarterback? They got no one. I got a feeling you're going to see them make a play for Fields or make a play to move up big time in the draft.
Because right now, Jefferson's going.
Yeah, and it's a contract year for him. They don't want a backup quarterback with that. They're never going to sign him to a big contract if they have no one to throw it to him. So we'll see there. I don't know.
Mac Jones accepted his backup role.
And where? Jacksonville, yes.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what Mac Jones is, though. I mean, he's a hell of a backup.
Yeah. He was a starter in New England.
See who's the new quarterback out in Vegas? Gardner Minshew.
Oh, yeah, Gardner Minshew.
I think that could be fun. He's got some weapons out there.
Trash.
No, he's fun. He's a fun quarterback. They have some weapons out there. They should be interesting to watch. I'm interested to see Josh Jacobs in Green Bay.
Yeah, I am too.
And went to Minnesota. Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So that they basically, that's weird. And you know stay in the division.
I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm wrong about this. I know I'm wrong about this. But it's almost a coin toss. Who do you want, Josh Jacobs or Aaron Jones?
Oh, no, I want Josh Jacobs. Just based on age.
He's younger. He's a lot younger. But Aaron Jones plays his fucking balls off.
Yeah, but
and he's a talented guy. I know he's older. I know you're not going to get
He's older
as much
and he's injury prone at this point.
Yeah, he is.
He's not bad, don't get me wrong, but for the money and everything else, you couldn't have done both of them.
No way.
Just
And that's
way
why I
too
said,
much money to be spent on running backs.
Well, who gets Aaron Jones?
Yeah, it's way too much to spend on running backs, especially when Green Bay's not really a running team. They're pretty balanced.
There's a few teams I didn't hear shit from.
Well, it's early. There's always a few teams you don't hear shit from.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, if you don't live in Cincinnati, did you hear shit from Cincinnati? You know what I mean? We didn't make any big splash plays.
No,
I guess
unless they're elite players.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just the cutting of Mixon and the changing of guard at running back is kind of a big deal just because Cincinnati's a popular team and their offense is pretty big.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, we picked up Geno Stone from Baltimore, who was a backup in Baltimore. We're hoping to turn him into a good player. I mean, he had a great year last year. Flash, who's a big Baltimore guy, said he's happy that Cincinnati got him because he claims he's weak. I don't understand that. His coverage grade as a safety last year was ranked, I believe, like number 3 of all safeties. So, I mean, I don't know. Or
Yeah.
it was top 10. I forget exactly what it was. And he was second in the league in interceptions with not even playing a full season. So this guy looks like he could be good. He's only 24 years old.
Slide Dax up to corner.
Dax is not working out at safety. That's why they got blew up so much last year. I mean, when Dax was in college, he played slot corner mostly.
Yeah.
And I think that is their plan. They're going to probably have him play a lot in the box this year and stuff like that. But the plan is eventually for him to take over Mike Hilton's spot. We only got Hilton one more year.
Yeah, and originally they wanted him to take over Bates' spot.
Yes, and that just didn't work out.
Yeah.
All right, we found that out. So now hopefully Stone can take that spot. I think Battle did a great job taking Von Bell's spot.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do too.
you got that sewed up. People said Von Bell got released. Maybe bring him back. I mean, I imagine the guy's still a starter, and I don't think he's a starter in Cincinnati right now. So why bring him back? All right.
No.
I understand if he was willing to take a backup role and be the leader of the safety room, like what Mike Williams used to do back in the day. But outside of that, I don't see he's still a starter. So let the guy go get his money elsewhere.
So Awuzie goes bye-bye. So now our starting corners, Taylor Britt and Mike Hill.
They're after Kendall Fuller really hard.
Are they?
Yeah, that's apparently one of their big goals was to nail Kendall Fuller. So that would give you a
Taylor
veteran,
Britt and
that would give you a veteran quarterback, and you probably wouldn't get him for a couple years. You're hoping eventually, what's his name? The guy they got last year takes over for him, Miles Turner.
Miles Turner.
Yeah, he's just not ready yet. Where Cam Britt Taylor is ready, and he was ready last year. Miles Turner will hopefully be ready next year, but he's not ready yet. So I think they're going to try to get a veteran cornerback. You go get a rookie, and you got to develop him for a while. So I think that's the best.
There was buzz of Baker Mayfield looking for a new home. I think there's nothing valid in that at all. I think he's found a home.
Well, he already got paid
in Tampa Bay. That's what I'm saying. I said, somebody offering him money because of the year he had, and I'm like,
well, it would have been a significant amount of money.
A lot of money.
I don't think
They're
he
not
had
gonna offer them that
I mean,
much.
I think Cousins was the prize.
He was.
Even though he is 36, coming off an Achilles injury. That was just funny too. People act like Rodgers is too old and coming off an Cousins is only like 2 or 3 years younger. It's not much of a difference. Either way. Cousins, I think, is going to be a monster in Atlanta. I really do. I think that's going to be a good offense all of a sudden.
Oh, I do too.
I think
it's going to be sick.
A great running back. They got a good tight end that has never had a quarterback thrown to him yet. They got a couple good wide receivers.
If you ask Brandon, Kyle Pitts didn't exactly have the best year last year.
He didn't, but he hasn't had a quarterback ever.
Ever.
I mean, Matt Ryan, I guess, was the best thing he had.
Matt Ryan was a solid quarterback.
Well, yes, but he was at the very end of his career. He played his last year basically with Kyle Pitts, and he wasn't the same Matt Ryan that he was previous.
No.
And then he went to Indianapolis and really
now someone like Aaron Rodgers, I think Aaron Rodgers, honestly, and this is my opinion, I think he could play longer than Brady did. I don't think Rodgers, Achilles,
But he's more naturally talented, Brady.
Yeah.
I don't think he has that same drive that Brady does.
Who?
Rodgers.
Well,
it's questionable. He might.
I think right now he does because he made a pretty big deal out of going to the Jets and saying, okay, let's turn this team around, blah, blah, blah. Got hurt right away.
He claims he wants to do 2 years.
2.
Yeah, that's his claim. That's what he was saying at the Pat McAfee show at the end of last year, that he's definitely coming back and he thinks he has 2 more years in him.
And he's 40, right?
I believe so. Yeah, but Brady played till I think he was 45.
Yeah, he did.
And Brady's a freak, though.
Brady could still play.
And that was kind of Brady's thing, though, at the end, was the fact that the way that he took care of himself and he ate the right things and did all that shit. That kind of became his theme at the end of his career. And I don't know if Rodgers is that dude. Rodgers is the mentally take care of himself guy, the guy that goes in the woods and takes acid and stares at a wall for 8 hours to find himself or whatever.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, well, ayahuasca too. But yeah, I think he's done all of them.
I do too.
I think Aaron Rodgers is, he's gone full Joe Rogan and he'll just do anything to, be kind of offbeat and into that kind of, natural medicine dude.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be sporting the Taylor Britt jersey all year.
I'm looking forward to this week finishing up. I love free agency week. I'm a football fucking nerd, and big week for me. There's only 2.
You have a cat?
No. I want one, but I don't have one. Not to lick my dick. I just like cats.
See, now you're suspect.
Because I want one?
Yeah.
You got to have one.
It doesn't matter. You could have borrowed one.
You borrow a cat from?
Hey, cat sitter. The fact that you want one so bad, and you only told me you wanted a cat after hearing that they lick penises.
It's not true. Well, I mean, maybe it's the first time you've said it. I don't know. My wife actually talked about buying a cat for me.
That's like if somebody said, hey, I bought my kid a chinchilla, and when I got out of the shower, it sucked my dick, and suddenly you go, I've always wanted a chinchilla.
Yeah, well, no one's ever wanted a chinchilla, though, so that would be a little bit different,
If you found out that this cat likes sexual things on your penis, now suddenly I've always wanted a cat.
I mean, really, though,
bestiality.
It's true, but have you ever thought of
Cat fucker.
at the zoo,
Yeah.
and you go and you feed those giraffes that lettuce, and they got those long tongues?
Yeah. I've thought about it.
Have you thought?
Impure thought.
Have you thought? If you just tape that piece of lettuce to your chode, and then bend over, and that tongue will keep on hitting your asshole.
You'd be on fucking world news.
That'd be great, though. I mean, that'd be
Man arrested in Cincinnati for giraffe eating his ass.
He shoved a piece of romaine up his butthole.
Hey, have you seen Jackass 4.5?
Yeah, the one that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I thought, first of all,
My kid's obsessed with Jackass. So
fuck you, Chris Pontius. He didn't do one fucking stunt.
Well, it's 4.5. That was the outtakes.
Steve-O did a lot.
Yeah, but that was the outtakes. Pontius'
Danger
stuff already
Aaron.
made. And Steve-O and them always do a lot. So
But, man, I like some of the new guys. The fat guy was awesome.
he's all right.
Poopies was good.
Poopies is cool.
But it seemed like this whole episode, at least on 4.5, they were always going after the dick. I mean, I know they always...
That's Jackass, though, right?
This was everything, though, was after the dick. That woman serving tennis balls into their dick. The woman bowling into his dick.
Because what's funnier than someone getting hit in the nuts, dude?
Yeah, but...
Idiocracy. Remember they had a whole...
well, they shoved a
show
fish
based
up
on-
Steve-O's ass, and that eagle fucking came and
Was it
ate
like-
it out of his ass.
Was that the one where they dressed up funny?
No, he just fucking pulled his
Oh.
pants down, bent over this thing. They shoved a fish in his ass and let an eagle go. And the eagle was literally with that beak in his asshole.
Oh.
But then when he got done, I mean, he had fucking claw marks up down both cheeks. And
Yeah, dude. Eagles aren't nice.
No.
Those are fucking dinosaurs.
Ate his fucking ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't want an eagle eat my ass. I remember that one I do love when Steve-O and Pontius dressed up like Dark Lords or whatever, and they're in like a graveyard, and they have vultures eating things out of their ass and stuff. And they're using this dumb voice.
That was Wild Boys, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it was
The
Wild
Wild Boys is one of the greatest shows of all time. I think I might even liked Wild Boys better than Jackass. It was kind of a different thing, but similar at the same time.
I mean, this was a money grab.
I just like animal stunts.
Yeah.
You think Wild Boys was a money grab?
No, Wild Boys, no. But I think Jackass 4.5.
4.5 was, yeah. That was definitely a money grab.
They're all old and they all
Yeah.
need some money.
Did you see Cena come out naked on the Oscars?
I did.
Dude, that guy's fucking hilarious.
And fucking, he pulled his pants down on Saturday Night Live when he did a Saturday Night Live gig.
That dude loves being naked, apparently.
Fucking
I think
dude.
he's a freak.
Well, he's fucking shredded, dude.
Yeah, but all those guys are shredded.
I'm saying if I was
They're not
shredded,
all walking around naked.
if I was shredded, I'd be nude all the time.
You ever seen Marky Mark? That dude's shredded. He's never naked. He used to do his underwear ads.
A lot. It's good vibration. I'm going to see Oppenheimer this week.
I haven't seen it yet, man. It's been on the streaming for a while, but I have a hard time committing to a movie that's that long.
Yeah.
It's so fucking long. I want to watch the new John Cena movie, Ricky Tikki Tavi, or whatever the fuck it's called. Ricky Tickles. It's on Amazon.
Ricky Tickles.
I don't think that's what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. You got a price?
I do. All right, I got to name your price. It's going after the homeless.
Fuck them.
Yeah, and we're still looking for homeless signs. I've been looking at all the ones I've seen this week were, please help, God bless. Come on, dude. A little bit more original with your
Yeah,
sign.
well, I seen the same too. And if you go to the Pike Street exit in Covington off 71, 75, there's always a decent one. The throw the quarter guy, or I bet you can't hit me with a quarter guy, was out there again.
That's
And
smart.
it looked like a different guy. So maybe that's just a sign that I think it might be a family. And then I ran around the corner and the old lady with the fucking crib was there again with the stroller that doesn't have the baby in it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an old woman with says something like grandma's, blah, 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 blah. But when you pull up, you can look in the stroller and there's no kid in it.
Put a blanket over it, lady.
She has her belongings and stuff in there. You can see them. But the whole time when you're driving up, she's looking in the cart. Just to make it look like she's looking at her kid, watching over her kid.
But see, when you walk your kids, you put a blanket over the entrance
Dude,
because
it
it
just-
keeps the sun out of there.
I've seen her 2 or 3 times, and I was driving someone that I picked up literally right around the corner, and I was like, look at this lady with that fucking fake baby, and she's like, oh, she's there all the time with that fake baby, and apparently it probably works. If you're moving quick, you might think it's an old lady and a baby and go, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it probably works just like the throw the quarter guy. But that is the hot spot in Cincinnati, man.
Covington?
The Pike Street exit off Covington is the second exit if you're leaving Cincinnati on
Where you make that
7175.
hard left to get back on the freeway.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Like there's a wall there. Yeah.
Yeah, right around there. All that under area that used to be the parking for Jillian's when Jillian's was.
I remember Jillian's.
Yeah, we parked in there one time and had our car broken into. So that's
all right. So your kids come to you and they say, "Dad, we want to do some charity work."
oh
Okay. You know, I'm going to take Nate wants to go feed homeless on a fucking Thanksgiving. He wants to do stuff like that. So Kane says, "Dad, I want you to do some charity work."
How are you gonna do it? Like attach a piece of meat to a stick and hold it out so they can grab it?
No, go to a soup kitchen and like unload trucks.
You don't feed the homeless like lions. That's what I usually just put like a Big Mac at the end of a stick.
The really stinky ones. The really homeless ones.
Not too close, sir.
Okay, so you go down to a homeless shelter to volunteer, and they say, "Okay, you say I'm here to, cook." Well, we don't need cooks today. Today is bath day. We need you to give sponge baths to the homeless for about 4 hours. Okay, these naked, really homeless guys are going to come marching in one at a time.
Sponge baths.
You got to give them sponge
They
baths.
can't fucking bathe themselves.
No, these are handicapped homeless.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, those
are the worst of the worst.
These are the handicapped homeless that need sponge baths. And hey, balls are sweaty, crack sweaty, everything's sweaty. You got a sponge bath homeless for 4 hours.
Ugh.
Name your price. These are people who are desperate. They're getting bed sores and, lice and stuff because they really need a bath, but they can't bathe themselves. Do a humanitarian thing here, buddy. What's your price? $100 an hour?
$100 an hour. I'll wash the homeless balls for $100 an hour.
Oh, God.
Some gloves and such.
This is the first time my price is a lot higher.
Really?
Oh,
you hate the homeless.
No, I don't. But if it was a matter of, wash his hair or do his back, but when it comes down to doing the fucking the chode and the ass and stuff, I need a lot more money. Than
You're not a professional chode washer.
I mean, maybe if I had like a car wash gun. Where I could, and a brush, where the foam comes out of.
I understand. Why do you think I wanted to stick with the Big Mac on the end, dude? I understand keeping your distance.
$1,000.
$1,000.
I need $1,000 for 4 hours of homeless.
$250 an hour,
dude. You know how bad that's gonna stink.
My nose don't work.
Your nose would work there. You smell Matt's farts.
Well,
these are people that haven't.
I don't think Matt's farts. I think they're worse than any homeless person could ever smell. Matt's farts.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, dude. Hell must exist inside of his ass. I don't understand what's going on.
$1,000. For $100 an hour is not enough to clean homeless balls and ass cracks. Like I said, I'll wash your hair and do your back for you. So I'll even no gloves.
No, I'm getting I'm getting that extension. You know that extension stick that fat people use, the
loofah.
Well, not just the loofah, the one that fat people use to wipe their ass.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like I'm getting the pretty big extension there,
They're not getting real clean.
Yeah, like I got one that I'll use to clean the walls, the baseboards.
Yeah.
So we don't have to bend over. It's going to be that same kind of thing. I'm going to be pretty far. But yeah, you probably have to get in there a little bit to get those balls clean.
Yeah.
So I'm getting handfuls of sponges and I got gloves that come up to my past my elbows. Yeah, I'm getting in there. $100 an hour, yeah, dude.
No fucking way.
Dude, $250 an hour. I might do it for a living.
$250 for $100 an hour. I'd do it for a living. Yeah. Now, they say give me 40 hours a week. I'm doing it for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, you can eat off your asshole by the time I'm done. You know what I'm saying? $100 an hour.
Cincinnati will have the best looking homeless people in America if you give me $100 an hour.
Oh yeah, I'm in the nuts. I'm everywhere. But if it's only for a 4 hour thing,
yeah.
How about this one? Real quick, I'm gonna throw two at you. Mm-hmm. How much to get a job at a dog park? Just picking up the shit. There's a dog park for the rich people who aren't required to clean up after their own dog. They got you. Now,
I do that for like $70,000 a year.
See, dog poop grosses me the fuck out, especially
I don't dig
when
it.
It's right out of the cavity and it's still warm, and you even with a plastic thing on your hand, you're reaching it, you're feeling the mush.
Yeah,
fucking bad to me. You have to do it for a living.
Yeah,
$70,000 a year.
Yeah, I do it for what I do now. Right on.
You do it for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, clean up dog shit, dude. That's easy.
Yeah, what?
Friday, you become immune to it after a little
Friday's Great Dane Day.
That's a big shits, but I don't think you're using a glove the whole time, right?
Using the plastic
bag. They got
bag.
pooper scoopers.
No, you're using the plastic bag like they use.
They don't always do that. Those guys do because you can't bring a pooper scooper with you. But
plastic bag.
When you're working, you can use technology.
Pooper scooper would be worse. It would smear all over the bristles of the brush and stuff.
It's fine. Not always. They're just the sloppy turd, yes, but not the regular, just normal
I'm
turd.
going $100,000.
$100,000, man, to pick up some shit.
Yeah, shit bothers me.
Now, how much to pick up bum shit for 8 hours a day? Let's say we live in like a perfect world where we box up all the bums and take them to prison and put them in the prison yard, because that's a perfect world. And now you got to pick up all their shits in the prison yard every day.
First of all, with their totally unbalanced diets, there's no way those shits are solid.
Yeah, you're right.
Pudding at best. Mm-hmm. I'd have a tough time with that one. I need $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, the good things is bums don't get corn very often. So you don't have to look at those corn shits.
At least corn's a solid thing. Otherwise, you're picking up fucking
dude.
soft serve, dude.
You're finding like cigarette butts in their shit. Like, things bums eat.
Teeth.
Yeah, teeth. Other bums, because we know all bums are cannibals.
Rat paws. No, I need $1 million.
All right, I'm glad we got the shit on the homeless. Got to get that out of our system at least once a week.
So before we go on to our last segments or whatever, give us some suspects, because we really want to do this next week and find out who the bestiality people are.
Yeah, you cat fuckers.
Yeah,
we need to find you. We need to find you and take you out of society. And by that I mean just point you out. We're not going to kill you. I mean,
right?
That would be rude. Do you even have a fuck you?
Yes.
No, I like the passion.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Steve Steinman. Steve, my buddy that we talked about last week, because his wife drives the Jeep with the ducks on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. The other day, you're my giant fuck you.
Fuck you, Steve.
The other day,
piece of shit.
He's going out, okay? Decides on his own, after ragging his wife for the ducks, decides to take the Jeep with the ducks on the fucking dashboard. Sent me a picture of him driving around town with the ducks. After you fucking ragged on your wife and said how fucking stupid it is, you were a duck guy.
I hate that I've noticed duck people a lot more than I ever noticed them before.
Fuck you, Steve Steinman.
Yeah, like I don't want to. Oh, by the way, the Vikings signed Sam Darnold, so that's their quarterback of the future, Sam fucking Darnold.
Started 2 games.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, fuck you, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, because he ragged on his wife. Mm-hmm. My wife has that fucking bullshit and those fucking lame ass fucking ducks. His car works fine.
Does Steve know where you live?
No.
Okay, I was going to say
his car ran fine. He just decided he wanted to take the Jeep. Well, if you're going to take the Jeep, you fucking hypocritical motherfucker, take the ducks off. Stick them in the fucking glove box. Mm-hmm. But you didn't do that. You drove around with the ducks. Fuck you.
Dork.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Steve.
I mean, seriously.
And it's been a week and you haven't even caught your wife on fire. Isn't that what I asked for?
You did, but no one's going to do that.
Why?
Catch their wives on fire?
Yeah.
Would you if somebody asked you?
They put it nicely.
I saw you.
You can kindly fuck off now.